Welcome to Breezy's Budget. I'm Jessica and this is my channel if you're new. Hi, I am 43 years old. I'm just starting on my budgeting journey. I have been watching for a while and I was able to save a little bit of money last year. But I'm hoping that this will keep me motivated. And yeah, so like I said, I'm 43 years old. I live in Northeast Ohio. I work at a drug rehab, which I love my job. I just recently got a promotion to head monitor. I don't make a lot of money at my job, but I love what I do. Uh, Honestly, like 3 years ago, I was a client there, and now I'm a head monitor. I was a client. I was homeless, and I went to rehab, and I bettered my life. So it took a lot of working on me and stuff, but I am in a really best place I've ever been in my life, honestly. Mentally, spiritually, financially, and yeah. So I'm really grateful for the place I work at. And I'm really blessed to be working there today. Just amazing to me how if you work something in your life that you get a new life. And that was amazing. It's amazing. I pinch myself every once in a while, like, wow. So that is that. Yeah. So I don't make a whole lot working there, but the benefits of helping people find their way into recovery and to be a light for them when they're in darkness. That's my puppy. Hold on. Like I said, to be a light when they're in a really dark place and to watch them grow and find themselves, it's a beautiful thing. And I wouldn't trade that in for anything else in this world, and obviously if I can, and I know some of these people, and it's like, well, if you put the work in, you can have a whole new life. 2 years, 10 months ago, I started with absolutely nothing. I had a bag of clothes. That's all I had. And I went to rehab and I worked on myself and I saved up and eventually I got a car. And my boyfriend, I started dating my boyfriend and he was starting to buy this house. I moved in here and I love my home. We had absolutely nothing though when we moved in here. So, it's great though. Like, it's fun. I love my house. Ideally, I want to live in a bigger house. And he knows that. He's like, well, if you save, But yeah, and it's not because I don't love my house, because I do. It's just a little small. It's a 1-bedroom, which is fine. But ideally, I would like to have something a little bit bigger, because I do have grandchildren, and I have children, and I would like for them to come over more often. You know what I mean? So, but we'll get to that. That's gonna be part of my why. Like I said, so I found the Budget Mom over the summer because I've been watching budgeting for a while. My boyfriend thinks I'm batshit crazy. He just looks at me. Yeah. But I want to learn how to save money and how to spend it wisely. My boyfriend's really good at saving money. He just saves it. I wish I was more like him, but he's really good at it. He's like he said, it takes time, But I've been watching you guys for a while. And I found the Budget Mom, and I like to budget paycheck to paycheck. It's just easier for me than try to do a monthly budget, because I always get upset when my budget doesn't work out, And life happens and stuff happens, and your budget's not going to be the same all the time. So I really like her. Your budget is personal, because I used to cookie cut my budget to be like other people's, and I wonder why it didn't work, right? So yeah, this is realistic for me and I love it. And I also like knowing why I'm doing something. I found that, especially in recovery, I found that when I write stuff out, it makes me remember stuff better, and I can really reflect. And it's kind of like having like a journal where you can look back and see how much you've grown and see how much your life has changed. I think that's a big reason why I'm doing the vlog, is because I want to be able to look back a year from now and be like, look, this is how you were when you first started, and now look where you are now, And it'll hold me accountable. All right, let's get to it. Why are you on this financial journey, and why do you want to get better with your money? Ideally, I want a bigger home. I would love to live in the country. Right now, I kind of live in a town. I don't know. I've never liked living here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like living in the areas around this city. It's not city. It's a city, but it's not a city. I just don't. I don't know. I prefer like more of a country type, and this is kind of like a city, but it's not a city. It's weird, but I like the country. I'm not gonna lie. I love the country. I don't like my neighbors being really close and everything. I just don't. So ideally, I would like to have a place in the country. I also don't want to stress about money. I want to be able to, like, if something happens, I would like to be able to, like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. I would like to have a little cushion for when life happens, right? Because life does happen. And I want to make sure I'm never homeless again. I just don't want to ever be homeless. So the next question is a follow-up question. Why is your answer what it is from the question above? Well, so, like, I've done a lot of reflecting. This made me do a lot of reflecting about, like, my life. And, I have been in situations where, they weren't good for me. And, I'd be stuck there. And, and I don't ever want to be in that situation again, where I'm stuck somewhere because I don't have the funds to get out of it. You know what I mean? So that's a big reason why. I also want, like I said, I want a place in the country. I want to make sure I have money for when I retire. And, and I don't want to stress about money anymore. I want to make, I just don't want to stress. I want to, when life happens, it throws you curveballs. I don't want to be like freaking out. What am I going to do? So just peace of mind. That's a big reason why. Why does your why evoke emotion? Well, because I've been homeless before, so that's a fear of mine. I've been in bad situations before in relationships. That's a fear of mine. Not that I have that now. My boyfriend's really sweet, and we have a really good, healthy relationship. But you never know what's going to happen. Like, what happens if he passed away? This is technically at his house. You know what I mean? And, like, we're not married, so this is technically, you do get what I mean? So you see where I'm going with that? So then I would have to start over again. And I want to make sure if something was to happen, I have a nest egg. Because I don't want to be homeless ever again. That's like a fear of mine. It's a healthy fear to have, though. If you've lived in that situation, you don't ever want to go backwards in life. Does your why affect other people you love? Of course it does. Like, of course. Like I said, I want to make sure I'm secure. They don't have to worry about me, right? They don't have to worry about, especially when I'm older. I don't want my children to have to worry about me financially. I want to be able to take care of myself. Why is your why visual? So I want a place in the country, and I like this. That's like my end goal, right? In like 10 years, I would love to have a place in the country, with a pond, and I might not get a pond, but I want a pond. You know what I mean? And I can see it, and I've wanted it since I was a kid. It's really important to me. So yeah. Is your why specific and clear? And it is, right? I want to make sure I'm financially stable. I want to make sure that when life throws me curveballs, that I'm okay. I never want to be homeless. I don't want to be a financial burden to my children when I'm older. And ideally, I would love to get a place outside of this town. So yeah, those are all good reasons. And I'm so excited to start this journey. All right, so there's my financial plan. Very simple, basic, you know what I mean? Very basic. This is my subscriptions. I don't have a lot. I have HP, Netflix, Amazon Planet, Verizon, Canva, GetFit, and Google. That's all I have. It does equal out to a lot of money, but that's all I really have in a month. So it's not that bad. I also have $20,000 in debt. Not so happy about that. But that's not bad either. That's not a lot. But I want to go back to college. I was thinking about going back to college this fall. Hold on, Kai. Hold on, babies. I know you want to see people. You gotta give me a minute. Hi. Okay. Hold on. Hold, please. Sorry, my dogs want me to play with them while I'm trying to do this. Okay. So, like, my debt. Hold on, gotta be quiet. Alright, so my debt is, so come March, they do this program where they match whatever you put into it. So right now I owe them like $700. So by March, if I have $300 saved, that will cover the rest of the bill. So I'm really excited about that. Taxes $400. I don't think it's going to cost me $400, but I'd like to be safe. You never know. Medical, I want at least $500. I want to save more, but that is my goal for right now is $500. I kept my goals really realistic because I want to be able to really get there. I don't want to be like, oh, I couldn't do it. Of course I have my B&B, that's $150. I wanted to get my emergency fund to $1,000. I ended up spending some of my emergency fund. I had to get a laptop for school so I could get my CDCA. That's my chemical dependence. Chemical dependence. Oh, I can't think right now. Chemical dependence. Alcohol. Oh, I can't think right now. It's too early. But I'm working on that. Kai, you gotta give me a second. $800 for Christmas and then $1,000 for car maintenance. My puppy is so like, play with me. So I'm trying to do both. Because he is so spoiled. He's so spoiled, Kai. Alright, so here are my categories. I have utilities, bills. Those are like my subscriptions. My debt, medical, gifts, house, myself, my pets, my cars, plants, yard, savings, food, retirement, hobbies, miscellaneous, and other bills. Other bills is stuff like, my B&B and my taxes and stuff. Because it's not a bill that happens all the time. It's other bills. Here's my categories and what goes in what. I had to change this because I had to replace something for my daughter. I bought her something, it was too small, so I had to buy again. So these are my sinking funds. This is what I ended the year with. 8 in taxes, 45 in emergency, 89 in medical, 79 in car, and 82 in debt, and 5 in yard and bird. I do feed my birds. I want to have a garden. Ideally, I want to put a fence up in my house. I won't tell you why, because I have a neighbor who has dogs. He's got like 4 big dogs, and they like to run in my yard. And I have 2 little dogs. I have a Beagle Poodle mix, and then who's my Kai. That's my support dog. And then we have Levi, who's a Dachshund Poodle. I love my puppies. Levi is Kai's support dog, because Kai used to get really depressed when me and my boyfriend went to work. You gotta give me a second. You're such a what? I know. You're like, why are you talking to the camera? He's very confused. Go get it. So there's that. I want to get a fence because, his dogs keep getting in my yard and he doesn't really care. What, baby? He doesn't really care. Oh, hold, please. All right. He doesn't really care, so I want to get a fence eventually. Boop. My dogs are so, wanting my attention right now. This is a rough draft of my monthly expenses. I have saved throughout the year what I've spent. It's crazy to me that my internet has doubled since February. That's insane. Me and my boyfriend split the bill, so it's a little bit easier. But still, it's insane. Okay, so I got the budget mom. Never give up on who you want to be in life. And I fully agree with that. Kai. So anyway, yeah. So, like I said, 3 years ago, I was homeless, and I went to the drug rehab that I work out now, and I had to start my life completely over. So, there it is what it is. It is doable. If you work really, really hard, really, really hard, you can change your life. And I'm really proud of where I've came since then. Alright, so, I did a little bit of stickers. I put on, my birthdays are happening, and then obviously, obviously, why did I write the numbers down? 29. I don't know why I wrote those down. Confused. Anyways, I don't know why those numbers are there. Really confused about that. Okay, anyway. I wrote down when my prescriptions are due. I highlight them so I know what needs to come out of my paycheck. So, there's that. And I already pre-do this every month. So, it's kind of like having a monthly thing. I like to know what's coming out of my paychecks, you know. So there's that. These are my savings goals. What I do is I take so much money out for 2 weeks, like for Monday minis and my freebie Fridays, and I divide that by 4. And then at the end of the pay period, right, I put in exactly what went to what sinking fund. That way I know what exactly was my budget. You know what I mean? So there's that. Let's see. All right. So I do cash. I shouldn't have to use 2, but just in case. Then I do my checking. Again, I shouldn't have to use 2, but just in case. And then I do my Sophie account. That has to get changed. Where do I do with my calculator? Hold, please. No, because that's what I started with. Yeah, because I had to take money out for my daughter. So I might as well do that now. One, Libby. Gift. Draw 56. So 351 minus 56 equals 295. 295. All right, get that out of the way. And then this is my cash, and this is what I keep in my sinking funds for my cash, which is this one. I'm going to save so much up and then eventually move it to either my bank savings or the high yield savings. I use Sophie because it gives you a debit card and you can use it. You don't have to wait for your money. If you need to use it, you can. So these are the accounts I have in my Sophie right now. I have emergency, car maintenance, my health, my debt. This is not my Sophie. This is in my IRA. It gets taken out of my check every month, every time I get paid. And then of course Christmas eventually, and then new car. So that's that. And then this binder is for my cash at home. This is pretty much my sinking funds, to be honest with you. I got personal, my pet care, taxes, hobbies. This is my yard, and then my gifts, and then household. So this is so I have cash on hand, and obviously once this gets a lot of money in it, I'll take it to the bank and put it in a high yield savings account. But until then, I want to make sure I have cash on hand. So let's see. Oh, I have to fill this out. I have like 20,000 in debt. I already filled it out for last month. I figured it out. I have like 20,000 in debt. So I will fill this out, and when it comes to the end of the month, I will show you how I do this. I really, really like this. I like how it breaks down. You know. So this is what I'm starting. My balance is 676. That's between all my accounts and money on hand. And then this is what my monthly budget should be. And then obviously where I spent the difference, and I'll figure out, you know, so monthly flow. Meal plan. I don't know if I'm ever going to use this, right? So my job, I can eat at work, and I can eat at work. So on the weekends, I do cook. Maybe if I start planning better, it'd be easier. 260. It'd be easier. Yeah, it'd be easier. So I can't even do basic math anymore. $320. Oh. So, you know, like I said, I can eat at work and all that, but I do like to eat when I'm home. I like to cook for me and my boyfriend because I don't usually get to cook so often. So maybe I will start doing this. I'm not quite sure yet. And that is pretty much it. And this is where, at the end of the month, this is where I'm going to do my sinking funds. So this is where I began with, right? This is going to be what I saved, and then with the total by the end of the month. So, and then of course I'm going to write how I can improve it. You're going to see this. I'm going to show you because I want to do this on my channel as well. show you how I budget. I make $13.50 an hour, so I don't make a lot. Let's see what else. And that is about it, right? So I'm going to be showing you how I budget, and maybe if you guys have better ideas of how I should do stuff or whatever, but I just want to show that on a low budget you can save money. I make $13.50 an hour, and then out of my paycheck it comes out my IRA, my simple IRA, which my job matches, so that's important to me. Aflac helps you pay for stuff, you know, but the first year you have Aflac, they don't help you pay with anything, which is kind of frustrating. But I am having surgery in May, so I will let you know. I have disability insurance, so I'm not gonna be able to work for 4 to 6 weeks, which is fine because I have vacation days and stuff at my job. But ideally, Aflac is supposed to help me. What I was told when I got it is that, like, if I had to be off work temporarily, that they would pay me for my time not being at work. They would pay what I would make at work. And I'm really curious because come May, like I said, I have a hysterectomy. I'm gonna be out of work for 6 to 8 weeks. I'm really hoping that Aflac will help me. I do have vacation and sick days and all that, so I'm not really too worried about it. But I will let you know how that works with Aflac and how it worked. At the beginning of the year, I plan on doing like mini Mondays and freebie Fridays. Once I get like stuff done and I got money saved, then I'm going to start doing like games, and that's going to be Total Randomizer. So I'm really excited for this year. My word for 2025 is going to be thrive. I'm going to thrive in everything I do this year, or at least try to. All right. Well, a happy new year. If you enjoyed this, hope you enjoyed my video. Get to know me a little bit better. And yeah. This is going to be a good year, and have a great night, and God bless. Bye.